Hello and welcome to the Excel Olympics YouTube channel. My name is Gaspar Kamashek. I'm an Excel MVP from Slovenia, and in this video I'm going to show you how to learn a foreign language in Excel. Well, basically what we're going to learn is the names of the months and the names of the days, right? So here's what we got. We have all the months all the first dates of each month. So we're going to fill months here, and then we have 7 days worth of dates here. Now I'm guessing you all know this. You all know that I can grab this, I can format it, and then I can say, okay, I'm going to custom format it and just put in 4Ds, right? And what that's going to do, it would give me the name of the day on which that date occurred. But I don't want the day, I want the month. So let me give 4 M's, right? And that will give me the name of the month. So if I go OK, there are my month names. Now, which language does it return? Well, the language of the computer that you're on. So for me, that would be English right now, because that is the settings that I'm using for the regional settings in Windows. But if that was a computer of almost any person in Slovenia, those names would be in Slovenian, right? And if I would send this to someone in Italy and they would open it up, those names would be in Italian. But how could I make my names be Italian? Well, it turns out it's all about the LCID. So the LCID. I call this the local identifier, but it's actually language code identification provided by Microsoft. Now, this goes way back, but if anyone outside of the US had installed a Office, but then a language pack on that Office, he would actually get 2 folders with 2 different hex codes, and those would be the local identifiers, right? And the way you check this out is you go into the browser and you simply say look for the local identifier, so language code identifier on Microsoft's page. And what I got opened here is a language code identifier. If you look for the last version here and just go for the PDF, or last published version, go for the PDF, this is what you get. And around page 9, this is where it begins. So you got your hex code and you got the language that you're going to get, right? So I can see that if I choose, well, if I was talking about it, if I choose 10, that's Italy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Excel and I'm going to say, okay, I changed my mind. I want to format this, but slightly differently. So give me the MMMM, but then square brackets, $ minus, and then you just go 010, right? Because that is the code that it gave me for the Italian language. And you can see all of a sudden your Excel can now speak Italian. There they are, right? And if you combine that with a command that is also present in Excel, so if I go to more commands, it's not a popular one, but if I go to all commands and then I simply search for the command starting with an S and just go down to speak. So there it is, speak cells. Go OK. And now Excel, now this would probably be better. Let me just show you how it works if you have it good. So if I had it in English, this is what I get.
January, February, March, April,
right?
May,
So
June,
it's reading
July,
the cells out to me,
August,
right?
September, October, November, December.
And if I now change that into what we learned previously, so dollar minus 010, there it is. Now if I go for these four, read them out.
Febrero, Marzo.
Now, since it's doing kind of an English reading, it's not anywhere close to what it should be. But then again, it could be a start for learning. So these were the month names, and now I'm going to go for the names of the days. So again, custom, this time it's for Ds, and you can do the same thing as before. So dollar minus 010 for Italian, but you can look any code up, right? And I'll go OK, and there it is. Now, why would this matter? Well, the first thing is because, as I said before, if I do DDDD, what that will return is just the local regional settings, the names of those settings. So it would return January for me, and then it would return something else for somebody else. But now I can take this a step further, because these same codes can actually be used within the only function that can turn numbers into text. Now, remember, what is in this cell? Well, it's still that date. And that's actually a problem, because if I took these cells and if I just said days up here and then did a semi-strange table out of this, right? And now I would just say sort these, let's just say oldest to newest. Did you see that nothing changed? Why? Well, because it doesn't even see what's written there. What it sees is the dates that are behind it. So if I wanted to actually get these values into a cell, I should be using the text function. Oh, not the tags. So the text function, like this. And I would say this is the value, and then here's the format I want you to apply. And I'm going to go with DDDD first, just so you see the difference. So that would be, give me the names as they are in English. And now if I did sort these A to Z, well, that's a different story. But now I'll go even a step further, because even here you can do the same thing. You can go into this and just say, well, okay, square brackets, dollar minus, and there it is. And that will give me Italian. So this is a trick I love to use at every training I do, because people love it, but it's also useful, right? Because sometimes you will want these values, you will need these values. But if you only go DDD, different Excels will produce different values. And if you have a VLOOKUP to a distinct value that is in English, and someone will get these in Italian, well, that's not going to work, right? So by adding the local ID, you're actually forcing a return in a specific language. And it will always be in a specific language no matter where you open it. So it's also useful, it's extremely fun, and you're actually learning a foreign language as you go along. Okay, that was a short one. I hope you enjoyed this one and you definitely learned something. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.